could have done better in that game to keep control of it. But also, you'll be aware there's been sort of talk that in the last two tournaments, when we've first come up against a really top world-class team, that's when we haven't been able to win the game. Are you aware of that, and how big a sort of staging point is this game against, as we see, the world champions on Saturday, to show that you can beat the really best teams when it matters?
Obviously, after the game of the Euros, the manager was super proud of us. He didn't really take us through what we'd done wrong, because he was happy with what we'd done and how far we'd come. And I think it was obviously the next camp we met up. We didn't obviously go through that game, but we went through how we could become a better team, and how we could punish opponents a lot more. And I think when you look at his results, this World Cup and how well we've done, it feels like we're taking it on board, and that we are learning to become a better team, more attacking team, and very solid defensively. So I forgot what your other question was after that.
Just that the thing that's been said is that when we've come up against a really world-class team in the last two tournaments, that's when we haven't been able to deliver right at the final stage, and that this is a chance to prove that you can do that against the world champions on Saturday.
To be honest, I don't really agree with that either. We've played some really good teams in the Euros. Obviously, we played Germany, beat them, and I think Denmark was really good during that time as well. Obviously, we lost out against Italy, but it was penalties, so it could have gone either way. But I believe that we are stronger as a group. We're more knit as a group, and we're a lot better now going forward and defensively. So, I believe that the confidence is running through us, and we are very confident to go out in the next few days and, hopefully try and beat France. So
that's Jacob.
Hi, Kalvin.
Hi, Matt.
A lot of debate, I guess, in the next couple of days about whether it will be a back four against France or whether to go to a back three. Declan told us last week about how in that game against Italy, when it was just you and him in midfield against three Italian midfielders, it was harder to get control. If a team does have more players in that position against you, what's the way that you think you need to deal with that and counteract that? Is it running more? Is it something tactical? What's your view on it?
Now, obviously, the final we did play in the Euros. I think any game when you're outnumbered in the middle, it's a lot more difficult during that game. Regardless of whether you win or lose, you'll come off the pitch and you'll know it's been a lot more difficult. So I think, if it happened to us, I think, naturally we just go to match them up and play, obviously, man-to-man in midfield. And, if they beat us, then at least we know that we've tried his best to, fight against them, man v man, and try and overcome them. So, I think my initial reaction would be to, match them up in midfield and, get the same amount of bodies in the middle as what the other team's got.
Hi, Kalvin. Neil Squires from the Express. Slightly different tack. Can you just give us a bit more info on the Robbie Williams gig? Any duets, any sing-alongs, or was it just a one-off? And also, can you just tell us where you've got any tattoo plans if England win the World Cup? Any additions on the way?
With Robbie Williams, yeah. There was a couple duets, but I'm not going to name names. There's very good duets, to be fair. But yeah, it was just a good night in general. Obviously, we said farewells to Tony as well, who's leaving us after 9 years. So that was, quite emotional as well, because, he's been, obviously for me, he's been one of the guys that I've always gone to when needing help, and he's a massive part of England's setup as well. So yeah, it was quite emotional, but obviously a very nice evening as well. Tattoos, to be honest, I've not really thought about it. I'm not really, I don't really want to say too much if we win. I'm going to get a tattoo because I know that I'll probably chicken out. So yeah, I'm not going to say too much right now, but hopefully you'll see more tattoos in the future.
And just to clarify, that's Tony Coniford, our head of security, who's referring to, who leaves after the tournament. We'll finish with Tom Roddy.
Hi, Kalvin. I just wondered if you could talk in general about what the last few months have been like for you, because obviously you left your boyhood club, got your big move to Manchester City, and then haven't actually. I remember at the beginning you talking about how you couldn't wait to get started, and obviously with the injury haven't been able to play too much. Can you describe what that's been like for you and how you've dealt with it?
Obviously it's been very up and down. It's a very emotional decision to leave Leeds United because, it's my club that I've always grown up with. It's a club that I've supported and the club that I've loved for so much, such a long time. Still love them now, obviously, but I felt like, for me to become a better player and to be able to work with, the level players that I could work with every single day, it was the right decision to go to Man City. And obviously with the injuries, I've not been able to get started. But even though I've not been able to get started, I'm still learning so much on the training pitch and in meetings and stuff, and spoke to the manager quite a lot as well. So it's just a matter of obviously time and giving me time to get back fit, and then having the opportunity eventually when it comes, taking that. And regardless whether I'm playing or not, I'm still obviously very happy there. I'm still, working as hard as I possibly can to be involved, and still working hard to become a better player and to learn as much as possible from, probably one of the best managers in the world. So,
Thanks, guys. We'll end it there. Appreciate your time today.
thank you.